Hello guys and welcome to my new video. So today I'm going to do a video about the best healers in patch 7.2.5, which is going to come out in about 2 weeks time. And so I get this question a lot on my stream, basically because I play a Restoration Druid. People are telling me, should I stick with Resto, or what do you think are the best healers coming into the expansion? Or my mythic raiding guild is looking to replace me because they think this class is better. And so this is my personal opinion, or what I feel the best classes are going to be in the next patch. If you raid in a mythic guild, you're going to have a much different perspective of what classes are better, because I feel if you are raiding like heroic content, you do not need to min-max any class. Skill is gonna be here and the class is gonna be here. So in heroic content, I really would not worry about your spot. If you like playing Paladin, Shaman, Resto Druid, Mistweaver, this priest, Holy Priest, it does not matter. Just play it because you won't have to min-max as much. If you're playing in a mythic raiding guild where players probably going to have a similar skill, class balancing is probably going to come into effect. So just to start off, I have to say that there are two healers who are probably going to have a spot nonetheless in 7.25. And that's Holy Paladins and Restoration Shamans. And this was actually kind of the same in 7.2 and 7.15. Just because in progression you want to bring 3 to 4 healers max. In a lot of the fights where there's a big DPS increase, 3 healers is probably the only way to go. And you need a tank healer. It doesn't matter what content you're doing, you will need a good single target healing class, and Holy Paladins are the best at it. Like I said, Paladins actually didn't receive many changes at all in the patch coming. Their tier 20 is based on tank healing. There's more healing to become like targets, so there's more emphasis on tank healing. And Paladins, no matter what, they're going to be in your raid. They're going to be the best tank healers. This is always going to be like this. And then after that, you want to have a Restoration Shaman. Even though Restoration Shamans might not have the best HPS, in 7.2 they didn't not have the best HPS, but at the deep progression, at the very start of the raid, at the very start of the patch, they were brought into any of those 3 healer fights, 2 healer fights, like Star Ogre and things like that, just because they have the most utility. They have Healing Tide, they have one very good healing cooldown, then they also have Spirit Link, another huge damage reduction cooldown that can save people's lives. And even they might not have the best HPS, they have the utility, and that utility is going to save lives rather than having a high HPS. Again, Shamans and Paladins received basically no changes coming into 7.25, very minor talent changes. The tier 20 for Shamans is based on people grouping up. It increases their healing healing. And so basically, Shamans are like, they're always going to be the stacked up, bunched up MVP healers in those scenarios. Shaman and Paladin, it's definitely a spot there. So you gotta, for a lot of the fights, you will have one more spot remaining. It's going to be a raid healer. It's either going to be a Holy Priest, this Priest, Resto Shaman, Resto Druid, sorry, or a Mistweaver. So if you go to Resto Druids, we can see the Resto Druids have gotten a considerable nerfs. They got 16% cultivation nerf. They got a huge legendary shoulder nerf. Legendary shoulders were letting Resto Druids pad meters a lot easier. They got 4% overall base healing nerf, and on top of that, we did not get the best tier 24 set. So this is around at least 7 to 10% healing decrease. What this means is that basically Resto Druids are going to be much more in the middle. They're going to be more of a healing, heavy movement healing healers. Basically, they're going to be. This is what Blizzard wanted from the start. You want to bring basically, if there's heavy movement, Resto Druids with their HOTS. If there's constant damage, Resto Druids are going to be really good no matter what. If there is grouped up damage, is going to be a bit different, even though the tier 24 set is aimed at increasing their stationary healing. I feel it's probably not going to be enough to beat out other classes like Holy Priest on stationary healing. So we can actually go down to Holy Priests. Holy Priest are the class they're going to do. They can top up people from like very, very quickly. They are limited by their movement. They're mainly stationary healers, like I said, and in stationary fights, Holy Priests are going to do really well. With innervates, they can actually heal up people from bottom to top within the 10 seconds it's given. So they're going to be very good for certain fights. For heavy movement, Resto Druid for stationary Holy Priest. What did they receive in 7.25? They got one of the best golden traits. Heals 5 injured raid members when you... Like anything that says heals 5 injured raid members, Smart Heal is going to be better than anything else, because it usually has less overhealing, and they have an amazing 4-set. One of the best 4-sets that healers got is coming from Holy Priests. So with the 4-set, they're going to be doing considerable amount of healing. It's really hard to judge how much, but at the start, it's going to be pretty even between most of the raid healers. And the last one in Mistweavers, which gotten the most considerable buffs out of every healing class here. One of their main spells, Vivify, is increased by 9%. As this change for Essence Font is either good or bad, you can view it both ways. Essence Font is reduced mana cost, increased healing, but it's gotten a 12-second cooldown, so it's kind of like a wild growth if you look at Resto Druid perspective. It can be cast on while moving, so Mistweaver's got their 4-set kind of buff. The 4-set revolves around casting Essence Font. When you cast the Essence Font, you gain increased healing. There's a chance of gaining increased healing, which is, again, not the best, not the worst, probably middle of the pack. But at the same time, they also got a 4% base increase to most of their healing spells. So Mistweavers have gotten a considerable HPS increase. They can kinda heal on the move, and they can kinda heal well stationary, so they're in between. So this is the spots. And then also Dispriest, sorry, I almost forgot Dispriest. Dispriest got a lot of changes that most likely will give them a better mana efficiency. People are predicting that they won't need innervates as much to actually do a really good healing. But this is yet to be seen. I did not get a lot of information about how exactly it's going to change their healing. The player base is still very, very small. I feel that a lot of people are going to play Holy Priests rather than Dispriest. But this is my personal opinion. I really did not actually get enough information on Dispriest to actually fully judge them. If you know more, you can leave a comment below and about Dispriest and things like that. But the short version: Resto Shaman and Holy Paladin in your raid, 100%. If you're 3 healing it, you want to have another raid healer. Resto Druid, on a perfect scenario, if the fight is heavy movement fight, Resto Druid is going to probably do the best. If there is stationary fight, Holy Priest is going to do really well, especially with innervates and things like that. And Mistweaver fits basically in between those scenarios. So Mistweaver kind of gets the best of both worlds. What I'm really judging right now is that Mistweavers could become really quite good. I'm going to predict that there's going to be an increase in the amount of Mistweavers that you see in your 5-mans, in your raids and things like that, because I feel more people are going to pick them up because they have a very low player base, and they gain a substantial amount of buffs. And like I said, they're kind of the in between the worlds. Movement, stationary. While Holy Priests are more stationary, Resto Druids are more movement. Even though they have the tier 20, I still don't feel it's going to be enough for it to make them a stationary healers. So there you go. This is basically my little ranking of healers. I only put the 2 healers, the top 2 healers right now, Resto Shamans and Holy Paladin. Everyone else is basically up to grabs. I'm actually really interested to see how Mistweavers are going to turn out. I feel that they're going to be doing much better in this expansion. I'm not saying everyone else is bad or everyone else is going to fall behind. I think it's basically going to revolve on what your guild has, what kind of legendaries each of the players have, and what kind of skill sets they have. But I'm probably willing to try out Mistweavers just to see how it goes and to see how the playstyle has changed. Let me know how you feel about my personal opinions on the ranking of the best healers in 7.25. Let me know if you know more information about things like how Dispriest are going to shape up. And thank you for watching this guide, and I'll see you in my next video.